They had me on the bench, but now I'm shooting like an athlete. Headshots closed, casket leaving so cozy.
If your daughter was 16 years old, would you want her talking or even associating herself around a 23-year-old man? Would you feel comfortable with that?
Oh,
I would
sorry
really
about that.
hope the answer is no. I really would. Because at 16, you're still a kid, and at 23, you're a grown-ass man. Now, as you guys
I invited you, Serge.
know, YouTube drama is not something I typically cover on this channel. I don't get involved
Oh,
in
you
petty
invited
back-and-forth
me. No, I didn't
situations.
see
I
you
don't make
invited me,
videos for
nigga.
clicks. But due to the severity of the situation and my name being mentioned, I literally have to speak on it. And to be clear, this video is mainly to clear some things up about me. My following might be small right now, and that's okay, but one day when this channel is bigger, I want it on record that I addressed something as serious and honestly as stupid as this head on. I guess you can call this a disclaimer, if you will. This video is serious, so yeah, if you're here for jokes or entertainment, then this video probably isn't for you. So who's the best friend mentioned in the title? That would be Redcorn31, also known as Electron. Now, Electron is most notably known for his scaling and debating. That's honestly really his thing. And when I say debating, I mean everything from anime matchups, power scaling, random hypothetical scenarios, moral arguments, political takes. I mean, you name it, and
That's
he
crazy.
would debate it. If there was an opinion to challenge or a topic to argue, that nigga was there. And I've known this man for a very, very long
That
time. He
nigga
a
was
part of a
there.
friend
Why does he? Anyways, I can't talk. Niggas question.
NC.
Niggas question my card every time. I did it, by the way. I didn't say nigga until 28, which is what I said.
Which, by the way, is still an active server to this day. Now, me and him, we never really saw eye to eye, not once. But because we were in the same circle and because we shared the same space with mutual friends, there was always a basic level of respect. Now, if you ever shared something personal with the group, something deep, or something you trusted us with, understand that if Electron was in that area, it probably wasn't the best option. Because if you got into an argument with him later down the line, no matter how small the disagreement was, he'd bring it back up. His goal was never to just have a conversation, it was to win. And when your goal is to win, you'll use whatever ammunition you have. It didn't matter how serious it was, it didn't matter how sensitive it was. And to be honest, it doesn't even matter if it makes sense. If it works for him, it works for him. If someone opened up about a personal struggle, if someone lost a family member, if someone trusted the group of something painful, he was the type to pull it back into an argument, even if it had nothing to do with the situation at hand. And
Okay, the thing about this video is, why do I care about this guy's story specifically, though? What happened? What's so crazy in this story? I'm not saying predators aren't crazy, chat. Okay, I'm saying, like, I've heard a million. Okay, I don't know how to phrase this, but like, why is this worth my time? That's the question. Because it just sounds like every other story of every other pred.
And honestly, that's probably the main reason why I
Oh, this is
never
gonna be a
liked
fun
him.
video.
But again, we were never close.
Yeah,
we
it's
just
gonna be
coexisted. So
interesting.
you're probably wondering who was close.
Oh,
with
wait, is
Electron.
he-
That would
wait,
be
why do
Frost.
I hear
Frost
this
was his
nigga?
closest friend, and he was also part of our group. He's still on our server
he's here.
NC till this day. Now, for some context, NC didn't just randomly form. The way we all met each other was through a game called Strucid several years ago. That's really where everything started. Now, back then, I was running a completely different channel, and I was pulling in thousands and thousands of views, building a name for myself inside that specific community. After that game died, that channel died, but the connections were still formed, and that's how the group came together. We started as random players from a game, eventually turned to a long-term friend group, and that's where Electron and Frost both fit into the picture. And to be honest, it kind of surprised me how well they got along. Their personalities were different in certain ways, but somehow it worked. I guess anything is possible, right? But that friendship is very important to this story. So let's rewind for a second. Let me take you back to December 31st, 2025. At this point, everyone in NC had face revealed, and mind you, we've all known each other since around 2019. This wasn't just some random online group anymore. Over the years, everyone slowly started showing their faces. It happened gradually and naturally, because by then it wasn't just Roblox friends, it was honestly deeper than that. I've known these guys since I was like 13, and I'll be 21 this year, man, so you do the math. And even with all of us being so busy, some of us are still even planning up to meet up in real life this year, next year. Might even make that into a video if you guys are interested in that. But point being, I was part of those conversations too. But Frost was the only person who hadn't face revealed yet. And earlier in 2025, he had told us that
Is Frost a weird nigga?
he would finally face reveal. So when Frost finally did face reveal, he kind of half-assed it. His phone was covering most of his face, you could barely see anything, and after hyping it up for months, promising the big end of the year reveal, that's what we got. So of course we started joking, we were clowning him a little, nothing serious, just normal friend banter. Me and Frost were going back and forth. Just
thank you for telling me. That's what I was saying. What is the point of the video?
Actually mad. But lo and behold, Electron was there. And you ever have a moment where you're clearly talking to one person, it's a two-way exchange, and then someone else jumps in out of nowhere and just shifts the entire energy? That's exactly what happened. And what started as a harmless banter about a half-done face reveal somehow escalated. The tone changed, and before we knew it, something that should have stayed a dumb, forgettable moment between friends turned into an actual argument over nothing. But the crazy part is, this wasn't new. This was the pattern with Electron. You could be having a good moment, good vibes, everybody laughing, just chilling, and somehow, some way, he would jump into the situation and completely...
Is this gameplay the same loop over and over again? Because that's what it looks like. What the fuck is this gameplay? It looks like the same thing over and over again.
I've been in countless
arguments. He keeps doing this every time, and it's always the same cat there.
You know, it just a constant, like, it was almost like a cycle, if you will, right? Okay, he'd return to the server, it'd be calm, and
like I'm paying attention to the gameplay, and I just realized this is the same shit looped.
He'd leave, he'd return, calm, argument,
leave. Is it not?
It would just be a never-ending cycle, just a never-ending cycle. And it got so bad to the point where everyone was like, bro, why does he keep getting back in the server? Like, why does he keep getting invited? What does Frost see in Electron, honestly? Because he's not a good person, I'm gonna be honest. But look, at the end of the day, I understood it, okay? They were close. Frost and Electron spent a lot of time together, not just in NC, but in other servers too. Because of that, Frost wasn't as active in NC anymore. He was spending more time in those other spaces with Electron. But after December 31st, 2025, all of that stopped.
Bro, my nigga, you was right about Tron, bro. After that argument, my nigga, I haven't joined VC at all in that server, my nigga. Word of my mother. This nigga is weird, bro. You remember when he was talking about, like, how he gets mad bitches, bro? He was talking about Chloe, bro. And you remember when he said Chloe? He was like, yo, Frost, tell him about Chloe. I was like, I didn't say nothing. Because I didn't know that this nigga was on that shit. This nigga's a pedophile, bro. Word of my mother, nigga. And I just been collecting evidence on this nigga. This bitch has tall, dark, and handsome in her bio. I am not hanging with that nigga. Word of my mother. And he switched servers on purpose. Because he knows I know what he on. He knows, bro. This nigga's a fucking bro. Dead ass. 23 and 16, my nigga. That is fucking crazy. Y'all niggas was right about that nigga. Fuck Tron. I would never hang with that nigga. Word of my mother. That shit is disgusting, game.
So on the 12th of February, Frost had DM'd me, and he had told me that Electron had been spending a lot of time around with a 16-year-old girl by the name of Chloe, and that when people tried to talk to her, Electron would step in and cockblock the situation because he was too worried that she might say something that he didn't want said, right? And, you know, when I heard this, you know, I was like, okay, like, low-key, I'm not even surprised, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions. So, you know, what better way to get the answers than to just go to him, right? So when I joined his server, right, I had plans on, you know, adding him and actually like talking it out or seeing what was up. But instead of getting an answer from him or even a convo out of him, I was banned, right? In like under 10 seconds, that was it, right? Instead of addressing anything or having a conversation, Electron banned me from the server, and before that, he mocked my dead relatives. Within moments, the server was completely wiped, messages deleted, everything cleared out, and since then, he has an entirely new server, and yeah, he's just been spreading false allegations, so I am here to just debunk everything. Okay, so I'm going to start off with myself. The clip I'm about to show you is a clip from Electron showing a little bit of the argument that we had back in December. I do wish the entire thing was shown, but you know, unfortunately we don't have that, but we do have a clip that he clipped himself because apparently he didn't want me alligating him. I'm not sure how he could have known that at the time. This video would have never been completed or done had he had, you know, actually spoke to me, but instead he wanted to wipe out the entire server, ban me, and, you know, make fun of my dead relatives. So here we are. But here's the clip, and, yeah, I'll speak afterwards. I'm not going to speak over it. Okay.
Nigga, I'm talking about, nigga, what is you talking about, nigga? Nigga, I could talk about e-hoes, my nigga. I could talk about e-hoes, but I don't have to. Like, I don't have to talk about e-bitches, my nigga. You're fucking broke, my nigga. You're a fat bitch, nigga. You mac on e-bitches, you fucking broke ass nigga. What the fuck is he talking about, my nigga? You mac on—
Is this what 2026 about? Is this what niggas think is cool? Like, I don't know, bro. What is the convo? I wish there was context.
E-bitches. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Bro, should I bring out Chloe, nigga? Wait, bro, should I bring out... No, because she max on me, nigga. You max on fucking 14-year-olds, my nigga. You max on 14-year-olds. So that was in December, right? And I remember clipping that exact part in case this nigga tries to allegate me. So not once did I call Chloe my hoe. I was making fun of Vlad in the sense that I was accusing him at that fucking time of e-dating bitches on Roblox because that is what he fucking did. And I said it's very easy to get e-bitches because that fat ass nigga was talking about getting bitches, supposedly getting bitches, when he's e-dated multiple bitches off of Roblox. I was making...
Yeah, bro, basically, Glow, because that's what I be seeing. It's like a lot of the niggas that claim that they get bitches are all pedos, preds, whatever you want to call it, bro.
making fun of the fact that Chloe was macking on me, not that I was macking on fucking Chloe.
So as far as e-dating goes, yeah, I did e-date, right? 100%. I had an e-dating phase. I'm not ashamed to say that. I think there's a good amount of people on Roblox who did have that phase, right? That was back in 2023. That was 3 years ago, right? I e-dated once. At the time, I was 17, she was 16, right? It wasn't no secret situation. People from NC knew her. They even played with her, right? So this wasn't some like, oh,
secret thing,
you know, keep it private type of situation. No,
yeah,
I was pretty open about it.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Forward now, I'm in my second year of college. I'm a nursing major, so that's part of the reason why I'm not as active on YouTube. I'd like to be more active, so hopefully later in the year, we can really crank up the uploads. But that's part of the reason why I'm not as active. I go to college parties, I hang out with all my friends. That's my life, right? I'm living. And, I don't know where he got this 14-year-old label. That was new to me when he said it back in December. The people I have added right now currently on my Roblox that are girls, I actually know them all IRL, right? We all hang out frequently. I feel as if him bringing up Chloe was just more of a projection, right? Because we didn't know Chloe was 16 at the time. And you saying, oh, should I bring up Chloe? Should I bring up Chloe? Why would anyone want to bring up a 16-year-old that, supposedly tried to get with you as a flex and you're 23? That doesn't make much sense, right? It's just flat out creepy. He then goes on to double down. He quotes himself about the clip that I showed you guys earlier. And then he says, I was making fun of Vlad. That's me, because I was accusing him prior of eating 14-year-olds on Roblox because I joined his game and I saw him with a little girl, right? I don't understand here. Like, your entire claim is that you joined a game, right? And saw me playing with someone you assumed was a little girl, which is ridiculous. And playing in the same game as someone doesn't mean I'm dating them, right? You've never had any proof of the age you're claiming. On top of that, earlier you said you were just making fun of me, but here you are saying that you accused me because you thought you saw something. Those are two completely different explanations. Now, in Electron's defense,
the gap
he claims
is really
that he did tell Chloe to stop, or that he'd be blocking and banning her, right? And then Chloe ended up dating this guy named Tachyon, which was 2 months ago. That's cool, but if it was 2 months ago, right, that matches up to be December, right? December is when we argued, right? Now, if
Sorry, I'm really trying to listen to what this nigga's saying.
Really did say stop, or you'd be blocking her, right? Why then go on to have an argument with me and then bring her up as a flex? That doesn't make any sense at all. If anything, that just completely contradicts what you're saying. It's like 2:30 a.m., so chill on me, but I'm not sure how I missed this, but when Electron got rid of the entire server and wiped out all the channels, all that yada yada yada, this nigga had a literal quotes channel where they would quote pretty much all the members and what they would say throughout the day. And one of his guys literally quoted him saying this about Chloe. Like, I'm not sure if they thought this Diddy/Epstein server wasn't gonna get exposed by somebody, but
I do when I'm not on stream normally, but also I'll do it if people like you or anybody else suggests it. I would never say something like this to underage person chat. Every single time I've come close to saying anything even remotely sexual to anybody in my chat that's underage, I always say pause or like, that's weird, bro. And I'll say like, I don't even mean that. Like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, this nigga deadass just said it verbatim, no takesies, backsies.
Like, the proof is in the pudding. And even if I give him the benefit of the doubt and I say, oh no, maybe they were just joking.
I'm really just looking at what I do and I'm like, am I weird? That's what I'm wondering, because I'm a streamer too, chat. So like, I'm like, am I a weird nigga? I know I got a girlfriend and I'm not on that timing, but like, you know, like this video is just making me like self-reflect too. I'm like, huh. I haven't done it or been in any situations remotely close to this, but like I'm still like, huh.
What type of humor is
What
this?
if I run into somebody like this? Yeah.
She's 16. Now that I've cleared my ground, it's only best I clear the
What if I
grounds of
have
my
run into
friends.
somebody like
Electron was
this?
allocated. He then went on to say that half of NC was exchanging cheese pizza. I didn't know we were some big old cheese pizza server, but once again, you gave zero context, so now I have to give context. Unfortunately, there have been 2 instances in NC where cheese pizza was sent. The first instance was Oche. That was about 6 years ago, and at the time, Oche was 12 years old. And yes, he did send that in the server. The server responded immediately. They banned him. He was banned for almost 3 months.
What
and
the fuck?
several years have passed
I would
by.
have banned
We've
him
all
for years,
grown, and he's
forever.
changed significantly since that incident, right? It's like 4 a.m., bro, but the more and more I edit, the more and more I realize that I forgot to say one extra thing. This nigga Electron also accused Oche of showing the entire server of NC cheese pizza. He showed a video of him, you know, doing the do with his girl back in 2024. Yeah,
What the
he
fuck?
fucking did that, but it wasn't cheese pizza, you dumbass. The nigga gave zero context. What is his? What's his deal with giving zero context? And why does he think everybody's underage? Like, what is this fixation on underage children, bro? In the screenshot, it shows.
See, why is there even NSFW stuff in the fucking server? Like, this is what I'm saying, chat. This is exactly why we don't have any of that. That's fucking weird. It just opens too many doors for weird shit like that.
Showing
Why
a
do you
video
have,
of
like...
himself. Basically, he's beating the back out his girlfriend. Now, me and Oche, we're friends, so he tells me shit here and there. They're in like a little situation shit, but point being, she was born June 13th, okay? Oche was born September 2nd, all right? They're both of age. And this nigga Electron knows that. I don't understand why he has like this. How does somebody lie so easily? Like it rolls off the tongue for this nigga. He's also making it seem...
Yeah, you'll only run into underage people. It's not a fucking dating service. That's all I gotta say. Like, even if you run into someone to say they're that age, how the fuck do you know they're not a fucking kid? Like, dead ass. I'm not gonna lie, Glow. I was gonna do that, but I was like, nah. I was like, nah, that's too messy. I wouldn't even. It would my server. If I had a server like that, it would have nothing to do with my streaming or my like my streaming career or anything. It would be private. Would not have anything to do with this.
Like we asked for that, you know, no,
That's too messy, bro.
Like, Oche flashed it. He flashed it in the server, literally. On a moral
Too
standpoint,
much
you know,
drama.
I do apologize. Although I'm not the one that sent anything or did anything. Nobody should be doing that at the end of the day.
10 minutes, shot.
It was 2 years ago. Nothing like that has popped up since, you know. But I just wanted to like really make sure and make you guys understand that nobody is underage. Nobody. I don't understand what he has, and the fact that he's saying all this shit with no proof whatsoever, and his little minions are eating this shit up. Like, what the fuck? With all this power he possesses in this community, you would have thought this nigga was Mansa
Why did the quality just drop?
Musa. The second instance involved someone named Mantha, right? And once again, when Mantha sent that content, right, the entire server responded immediately. We pretty much bleed him out
Makes
the server,
sense.
banned him. And it's, you know, it's funny. It's really funny, right? Let me actually show you guys. This is why I love this server, because, you know, we don't delete anything, right? We don't get rid of anything, right? If I go to NC right here and I go to server settings, you know, we don't hide from anything, right? So, you know, this second instance that I was just talking about, here's Electron. This is one of Electron's old accounts, right? And this is Mantha. You know, what the fuck was that? Send that in DMs. Send that in DMs, please. You have Electron literally begging for, you know, cheese pizza to be sent to his DMs, right? Here's Frost. He goes, you want child pizza, right? Here's Electron literally acknowledging that it is cheese pizza, right? And if you scroll down some more, he's like, yo, that kid was getting down like a clown. And right here, he says, if that was me, I'd fuck the shit out of her. And Electron is 23 now. This was about 5 years ago. So that would make him 18 at the time of this message. So, you know, that's what happens when you give context, right? You really see the full situation. I'm editing right now. It's like 2 a.m. I just couldn't help but think, did this nigga Electron think that we just couldn't go back up to the old messages of the server? Like, deadass, how stupid are you? That's like robbing a store that has cameras. Like, bro, we have you in 4K. Like, we have you in 4K. Now, I know Electron, so I know when people see this and they question him about it, he's probably going to be like, oh, I wasn't 18 at the time, right? But, you know, first off, you've been open about being 23. You tell people you're 23, right? So if you do the math, you are 18 in that screenshot.
What's RE2? Wait, he played that today? When did he play that? When did he play that? Resident Evil is pretty hard though. I know the puzzle isn't, but the game in general, I feel like it's harder than Uncharted. I feel like it will be.
Right? If there is a case where you've been lying about your age the entire time and that you are 17 in this screenshot,
I can't wait
it's
to do
still
the
weird as
collab
fuck to
with
say
Pole
something
Kit
like that. I
Glow.
don't know a single 17-year-old that would ever say something like this. The entire point of me doing this was just to give full-on context, because you're running around and telling people that we're exchanging cheese pizza, when in reality that just wasn't the case at all. You didn't want to give full context because you knew you had said something as crazy as that. But thankfully,
Bruh.
we don't delete anything and we don't run. Or maybe there's a slight
When did he
chance
play
that
this?
Electron does
When?
take accountability and he's like, hey, you know what? I was 18. I said that.
And let
I
me get a
shouldn't have
sweater, chat. It's getting kind of chilly. Oh, my sweater's right here, actually. Oh, okay. I missed a lot then. Bro played, well, he didn't play for long because I came like an hour and 20 minutes in. But like still. Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, no, so I missed a lot actually. Yeah, I did miss a lot. What the fuck?
said it and I'm sorry, right? But my problem is that, like, I'd find it hard to believe that he's truly sincere about that, because not too long ago, what was this, February 5th, he was just sending
Yeah, I could
Johnny
tell.
Test porn to one of my guys, like one of my friends. Like, Johnny Test, wait, Johnny, hold on. How old is Johnny? Johnny Test is an 11-year-old boy.
Right, so he had sent me a video for one of his debates, and I was basically giving him advice. I basically said that, you know, next time, instead of just having like a screenshot or something like that in his voice within the recording, just put some gameplay over it or have a Discord call of the actual like debate. So I had told him that,
Yeah, I think
and
Serge
then
will
all of
have
a sudden
fun.
he sends that picture.
By the way, Electron did reply, right? He had a reply for this. He said, I sent Rule 34 grown Johnny Test shit as a joke. Okay, so Rule 34 is literally just sexual content of characters, of games, of shows, and other media, right? Electron claims that he sent the Rule 34 grown version of Johnny Test. Well, here's the problem. Johnny Test is literally a kid. There is no grown version of Johnny Test. He's a kid, right? The image literally shows the kid version of Johnny Test, and I'm not going to say what was happening, but you guys know what was happening. It can't be considered grown because it literally shows a minor character in a sexual way, meaning you quite literally sent cheese pizza to my friend in 2026, which also means you haven't learned a damn thing. In case you're still confused, let's say the image was Mr. Turner from Timmy Turner, right? Then this wouldn't be a problem. Sure, he's a weirdo, but Mr. Turner, how old is he? Let's see here. Mr. Turner age. He was in his early 40s, right? Okay, all right. Then it would have been fine. Now let's say somebody you know sends the same thing, but it's fucking Doc McStuffins. Then we have a problem. You get the idea. All right, and lastly, this part is mainly for my nigga Frost. They're over here trying to put this EDP narrative.
He played
on him, trying to completely
RDR
shit
is
on
harder
him,
than
which I
RD2.
find hilarious,
RD2.
by the way, because, you know, the actual EDP is right there, but whatever. But basically, you know, they were trying to say that Frost was like trying to fuck with this girl named Gabs that was underage and all that. Well, okay, first off, Gabs literally right here says that she's 17. At the time when Frost was trying to flirt with her, Frost was 18 and Frost is 19 now. That means Gabs is 2 years younger. All right. I don't see where this logic even, like, there's not really much else to talk about here. Then they tried flipping it and saying that this nigga Frost trying to fuck with this girl named Zai. Now I could keep talking about it, but honestly, she could do that for me.
Nigga, I never ever dated you. You never said I sounded 11. I remember that shit. We flirted a little bit, but mostly we be fucking arguing, like, fuck, and trying to peddle with his big ass age for fucking with that little ass girl. Talking about people. Ain't shit wrong with a 16 and 18-year-old. 2 years is your limit. That's how every relationship should be, unless y'all both grown.
Well, there you have it. I know this nigga Tron is watching this video right now. I know this nigga's watching and he's fuming. Look, this is my message to you, bro. This video literally did not have to happen. Like, this video did not have to exist, right? I swear I wouldn't have made this video, but you took the other route. You blocked me, you know, you decided to be ignorant, and you accused me of all these things to the point where I literally had to make a video, because that's all I know, right? If I can't talk to you one-on-one, the only thing I can do is use social media. At this point, I don't want to talk to you, right? That's out the window. I don't want to talk to you, to any of your friends. I don't want to talk to any of them. I don't care about any of them.
It didn't start yet.
I
Slow.
don't care. People that watch me, right?
Slow, are you watching?
Or people that know Electron, right? There will not be a part 2. I am not making a part 2. This is the only video where I'm entertaining anything about Electron. Also, I don't have a single DM with Electron besides one particular account, right? Now, I'm one step ahead. I already recorded the entire DM slot, right? And I even showed me deleting.
Oh, I can play it with... Yeah, exactly. Glow, this is why when I have my PC, like, the PlayStation is not going to be here except for when I play God of War or something.
Messages. Those messages were just my my address and
like
my
when
phone
I go for God of War speedrun glitches and stuff like that.
number. I forgot why I even sent that to
And
him, but
Spider-Man.
I wanted to get rid of that.
I might buy Spider-Man on
that
PlayStation.
account. If Electron does make a reply video, right? Please do not fall for any fake messages. Please do not fall for that. All right. I don't talk to this nigga. I think he's an absolute cornball. Saying I hate him is an understatement. Okay. I don't talk to him. The only time me and him shared the same space where I actually talked to him a couple times was NC, and that's only because my friends were also there. Other than that, I've never had a one-on-one conversation with Electron. None of that has occurred. Once again, I have already recorded all of my DMs with Electron, right? And I've showed what I deleted.
You mean
all
for
right?
Spider-Man?
So if the reply video comes out and this nigga has fake screenshots, I'll show my DMs with this nigga with the quickness, all right? Okay, because I'm not playing that game. I could have made this video a whole lot worse. I could have took your messages.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. I'm
Photoshopped
gonna play RE2 on PC. I just meant for God of War and exclusive games.
them and made them say the most craziest stuff. Instead, I worked with the information that was being given to me. I used the server that we have. Luckily, we don't delete any messages, right?
Oh, it's starting
I kept
now?
it clean, and I respected that factor. So